Okay, everybody, welcome to day 3, and we're going to make the Wise Builder and talk about the third foundational point, and it's worth. It means that we are valued by Jesus, and Jesus chose to die for us. And Jesus, as you remember, he was praying in the garden long and hard, and finally he was ready to go on with God's plan for him. And of course that was to die on the cross so we could be saved and be part of God's family. And we are talking today about remembering that in salvation you are part of a family of God, and he is your Father. And that's just, I think, a wonderful, reassuring feeling. So Jesus was ready to go to the cross. So let's follow me over to the table. Now we are going to create a project that will remind us that we are a child of God. And as a child of God, after we believe in him, we're saved, then we need to build on that understanding, build with good things. So let me read you a verse. No one has greater love than this, to lay down his life for his friends. John 15:13. And that's what Jesus did. He laid down his life when he went to the cross for all of us. Now today, you need your bag, day 3. And inside your bag you have the little pattern, the Wise Builder. And it says, be a wise builder. But first, you have to become part of God's family. I am part of God's family. Now I went ahead and cut out the face, and you'll see why. You'll need your markers or crayons or pencils, glue, scissors, your black Sharpie, and your masking tape. We gave you a frame, and inside your bag also is a wrapped up mirror. So let's begin. And this is the final project, so you can see more or less what we're going to do. You can hang it up and just kind of remind yourself each day who you are, a child of God. First of all, you need to take your frame. Remember, the hole punched part is at the top because we'll put our string through. And you take your little person. Now if you want to color him first, you can. It's probably best because once you start gluing on the girders, construction girders, and just remind you to be a wise builder on Jesus' foundation that he's giving you, you might want to color first. So I'm going to do just a little bit of coloring, and you can pause and I will continue with the project. Now I'm just quickly coloring in, but normally I would be doing a much better job, just to give you an idea. And you know, because this looks like a boy, you can add hair, girls, and you can add earrings or whatever, and you can add your hair to the outside and give it some kind of style. Probably not this style, but anyways, so you can make it look more like a girl if you wish. Okay, you're going to take your little builder, you're going to take the frame, and make sure that you have everything in the frame. You don't cut off the words or anything else. Now this is what I do. I'd get my tape ready so I can tape one side, and then I can tape others. And I just put my tape right there in my bottle. Sometimes if you get your tape ready ahead of time like this, then you can just grab it, whoops, and it won't do things like that. So now I'm going to use this little piece. I'm going to hold my frame and the person together, flip it over, and tape, and tape. tape each corner, and then when you're done, flip it back and see if you did. Yep, that looks good. Get everything in the frame there, and then I'm going to just take my tape and secure it well. Sometimes this tape is hard to unroll, but once you have it secured, and it does need to be secured, secure it across the top. And you know, this is masking tape, so you're strong enough, look at that, to rip it. You don't have to. Scissors, just roll it out. If you need somebody to help you lay it down so it doesn't get all wrinkled up, they can do it. Just roll it out and make sure you secure every part of the sides. Oops. Okay. I'll do one more little piece. Sometimes the brand of tape is not it doesn't rip as well as it should. Okay, just tape it in there. So you're ready. So you colored it, you got it secured, and on mine, I went ahead and drew a city. I thought it should have a background. So if you want to make your own background, get your markers out, and you can. I'm just going to make a city again, and I'm going to try to draw upside down. And I'm going to make my buildings, and you know, buildings have all kinds of shapes. They can be rectangle, they can be, let's see, we can have a pitched roof with a point and so on. You can do whatever, and then you can just color it in. And once you're done with that, you might want to pause at this point and finish up your coloring of your background. You can do whatever background you want to add, a sky, whatever. Okay, so now let's pretend we have all of it ready to go like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my string, I'm going to push it from the front to the back. Now I don't know, some kids can't make a knot, but all you have to do is make one knot, tie it, and it shouldn't go through the hole. Push the other one through, make a knot, and it should be ready to be hung. There. Now, I'm going to let you do the mirror next, because I just want you to see this, because once I put these on, you're going to have to let them dry, not move your project around. So the mirror, make sure, you know, I'm trying to really touch the mirror, not the edges. They don't seem sharp, but if your parents think they might be too sharp, you might want to have them help you. So I turn this to the back, and I get my mirror right in that hole, which is your face, and I'm going to cover it up. Now you can use your regular masking tape to go around it. I didn't have any tape at the time, so I used duct tape, but you can use your skinny masking tape. If you have thicker ones, you can use thicker if you have duct tape, but I'm just going to cover the whole mirror, and I'm going to cover everything on the mirror, so you aren't going to be touching the edges ever. They'll be securely on, and you won't have any edges to touch. Okay, so once you have your mirror on, ta-da, you can look at yourself and say, ah, there I am. I am part of God's family. I'm a child of God. Now, once you have become a child of God, you want to build wisely. So, using your tongue depressors, I made girders. And this is very easy. All I did is take my Sharpie, which you have, and I just kind of put a line here on either end, and then I just did a zigzag, 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 zigzag. Then I carefully just kind of made a line from the top, across the top and the bottom. Kind of looks like a girder. And I started placing them on there before I glue. So line, line, zigzag, zigzag, and you can just go up and down, make V's or whatever you want to call them. Very simple pattern. A line across the bottom, a line across the top. Now there's a trick to this. When you glue this on, this is very slick. This is kind of slick. So you got to take your scissors. Once you place all these on here and decide where you want them, then pick them up, and this is called scoring or scratching. And I'm going to scratch just a little bit where I'm going to put my glue. I'm roughing up. this area because I want to make sure it sticks, and I found out it doesn't stick unless you do that. So I can just go ahead and get my glue on. As we found out yesterday, this glue is not always cooperative, or plain day, I guess it was. It will come, but if your glue doesn't come, shake it until the air inside forces it down. And now I just put a little bit of glue on there, and I didn't want it so much that it oozes out around my girder. So I lay my girder down. Maybe I want to crisscross it. Okay, this is, so if you touch the paper anywhere, the frame, you're going to have to scratch it, but don't scratch it wider than your girder. Because, so I glue it there and I put it there. And this one doesn't touch it, so I'm not too worried. And you can make your girders all around. You don't need a lot to get the idea that you are building on Jesus. So have fun, hang this up, remind yourself you're a child of God each day. And I'll see you tomorrow.